views and opinions expressed on the show are strictly those of the host and guests and do not reflect the opinions of LEP Productions and its affiliates.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Getting to Know Tonight with our friend Joe Chen, brought to you by LEP Productions. God, what's going on, Joe? Jason, how are you, gentlemen?
I'm doing good. After the technical difficulties, I'm finally able to do your show. But I'm okay. Relaxing.
You know what? You've not seen technical difficulties. You see me try to run this board back here.
Yeah, sorry everybody. It was my fault. My computer wasn't working, and I just it was a multi just a big shit show here for a second. But it was my fault, and we're gonna get it. Joe, sorry that we took up some of your time and we couldn't get on here, but
it's my fault,
brother. Thanks for joining us, man. I really appreciate that, and I know our listeners are just ecstatic to be able to kind of pick your brain a little bit. So
I know I am. I have missed you. I have not seen you in for God, it seems like forever.
A long time. This COVID stuff really knocked us all out of loop.
Oh, put a crimp on everything. I think the last time I saw you was at Jason's event there in at Collingwood Arts Center.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, when you was in for that, that's the last time I got to see it. And I'm like, I enjoyed that night. I mean, talking with you and then you and Paul talking. Oh my God, that's probably one of my favorites. Oh,
I have
great.
fun at events. I really like it.
Yeah, it's always a good time when you're around. Always a good time.
Yeah, I was actually able to see you at was that DeadCon, wasn't it? In Indy. Yeah. That was a fun weekend for sure.
Well, there's a whole story that I know that on the background that terrible things happen, but we were able to catch her. We caught somebody.
Right?
Gotcha.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Hopefully she won't do it to anybody else, because she's who ruined the con.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And it's that whole weekend was kind of it was fun to see everybody, and it was fun to hang out and be able to hang out with everybody. But there was a lot of misfortunate things for that weekend as well for a lot of you guys.
Yeah,
and a fall guy.
Hard to see him go through it. Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You see good people getting treated like bad like that. It's hard to just sit back and watch it, not say something or try to do something about it.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I helped catch her. I said, "Get that."
You can, Joe, on this show you can say whatever you want. It's not a censored kind of thing, brother. So
no, we try to be respectful for everybody, but if somebody deserves what they've earned and they've earned that recognition for that way, then that's on them, not us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I had heard about this person that was involved, and I'm like, stay away from it. Bad news. And then I watched it unfold, and I said, she's doing something sneaky. I said, you better check her background. And luckily they had an FBI guy there, and they checked her background, and sure enough, she ruined other people's events.
Yeah.
But now they're on her trail, so hopefully it'll end it.
Absolutely.
I hope so, because and maybe you can touch on this a little bit, because you've done, we've done a lot of conventions together, but you on a separate kind of level. If you just want to, maybe touch on that a little bit, but people don't quite understand what it takes or what goes into getting celebrity or celebrity talent to an event, and what's actually promised to the celebrities and the people that are there. You're there for your fans, and you're there to do the meet and greets, and you're there to answer the questions and see everybody. But I mean, there's a lot that's sort of promised or guaranteed to some, and it's some of the contracts that are written that, you guys come in and trust promoters, and you guys trust these events that they're going to fulfill that end of the deal. And for the majority of the events, I mean, everything runs smoothly, but there are some that really kind of screw you guys over, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. I've had it happen to me twice, where I wasn't paid for certain things. The first time I was naive, it was on my end, and now I smarten up, so no more dealings with that person. And then over the years, doing many of them, I see how hard it is uh, to get these people there, and everybody wants a guarantee, and everybody wants a this and that, and why can't it be where we just sit there and enjoy our fans and make what little money you can?
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. Take whatever's offered to you. You know.
Exactly, because I mean that's what you guys do it for the fans. You guys,
I really,
come there and you leave your families and you're on the road and you spend the weekend, but it is to meet your fans and to meet people and to answer those questions and to interact with people that have watched you guys for years on the television.
yeah, yeah. Since day one, uh, I've never been a celebrity kind of guy, but over the years, you kind of appreciate your fans. Your fans are what make you. And if you don't go out there and mingle with them and talk to them on a personal level, you're not going to make that connection. I've had agents tell me, "Don't talk to the fans." I'm outside having a cigarette, having a drink. Don't talk to them. Are you crazy? They came from me. I'm going to go out there, meet them, be a regular person, have a cigarette, smoke, have a drink, talk to them. Yeah, but then they won't have any questions for you. That's what you think, not with me.
Yeah,
Right.
I gotta say that the first time I met you, I think it was actually at Rose the Paranormal a long time
Yeah,
ago, and that was one of the things I always took away from that. That talking with you was no different than talking with anybody else. You were extremely approachable, had a great sense of humor, displayed your sense of humor. You were you, the same person that people see on there being. That's not a character that you play on that. When you that sense of humor coming through, that is truly you, and that was so refreshing. And one of the things that actually drove me to actually want to talk with you a lot more that weekend. So you just made it fun. Period. Whether you was at the table, away from the table, on a break, late in the night when we're all sitting around having a beer or pop or whatever, talking and winding down. It was that's Joe Chin. Period. And
yeah.
that's what I absolutely admire and respect the hell out of you about. You it's not a character.
Thank
You are you, authentically you. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just
you. I attribute it to my background. It's kind of like the American story where my father came from China, came to America, joined the war, was a war veteran with a Purple Heart, opened up his own business, raised 11 children in his family. Um, and then working at the restaurant, I liked the entertainment, the customers, the customer service, the hard work. I liked it
oh
all.
yeah.
I grew up in it for years. We had the restaurant for 42 years, so we were in the restaurant business a while. So customer service was my thing. And then being on television, I was super nervous, but then I realized that you could meld the two, where I could become somewhat of a celebrity and still be who I am and touch people on a personal level, because it all comes down to your interpersonal skills as a person.
Yeah, I don't have that. So I sit back and admire somebody who can do that.
I laugh all the time.
Like I said, that's one of the absolute things that just from day one I want to mention. And like I said, when you was at the Collingwood Arts Center and stuff, I watched you there too. And I mean, you were just another one of the people there. You were just as much of enjoyment as a vendor as if you were a ticket purchaser at the door. Seriously, I mean, you interacted the same way with everybody, whether he was at your table or at someone else's table. And just not too many people do that, and I think it. If people, if you get the chance to go to an event, trust me, if Joe Chen is there, you will have a good time. If you make sure that you stop by and talk with Joe Chen, he'll make your entire event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. Everybody don't like it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So I know that you have abilities. When did you realize that you had some of the abilities that you have with the paranormal to be able to sense things or feel things or see things?
Well, it's kind of I think my family had it. My father used to see things, and he used to see, I guess, spirits. One time we were driving, and he would jam on his brakes, and he says, "Did you see those pair of legs go by?" I'm like, No. And that was when I was a kid. And then in our house in Public Street, we had a 3 tenement house. And the boys had the 3rd floor, and the parents had the 2nd floor. And I think that place was haunted. We used to hear running up and down the hallways. We go up there, and there's nobody up there. You hear doors slammed. So I kind of got used to it, being in a haunted house. But with Asians, you're not supposed to pay attention to it, ignore it, it'll go away. So I did for a while until I started the show, and then becoming an investigator and going to all these places and things like that. I started to, I guess, tune into it, and I would get flashes of what looks like a Polaroid picture. It would like, and I would see a person's face. Sometimes I would see words in a box in a picture frame. Sometimes I get motion associated with pictures. If I see a picture in my mind, and sometimes I'll get like motion associated with it. So it's very strange. I'm trying to get a handle on it myself still.
Gotcha. I remember when you were at the house at my house Friday before the investigation, and my wife was walking through, and you had talked to my wife for a minute, and you were like, "So, I don't know how to tell you, but." And we were both like, yeah, she's here. And it's like, okay, yeah, because I just saw her and you're in the corner. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, she's here at the house and she's been here for a while. And you're like, okay, well, I just kind of wanted to let you know. But how do you talk to people like that? Or do you see things where like walking through the grocery store, or do you approach people and talk to people about it, or do you just kind of see it and leave it?
A kind of both. When I'm about in everyday activity, going shopping, I will notice things. And when it comes to, if it relates to a person, like in the store, it depends. If they're trying to get my attention to get that person's attention, then maybe. It depends on how strong their feeling might be. And if I'm talking with that person, like let's say they're at a register and they cash me out, and I happen to pick something up, and I'll say, "Hey, does this make any sense?" And I'll say what I'm thinking. And sometimes it's accurate, and sometimes it's not. But I try to leave personal space. I never invade anybody's privacy. Uh, I think it's a good way for me to judge people. When I first meet them, I'm a good judgment of character. When I first meet somebody, I can tell. So that kind of thing. And if they ask, then I'll elaborate more. But it started during investigations, and every investigation would pick up more, and I would keep it to myself. It even started overseas and international. And I tried to bottle it because you're not supposed to do that kind of thing. Keep it quiet. But it's growing. Matter of fact, I think it runs in my family. My sister Chris, who is also an investigator, she's coming into some amazing abilities. So much so that I'm actually changing the path in the paranormal now, and I want to help usher her in because she'll need the support from it, and she's going to start doing readings.
Oh, that's awesome.
And sometimes we feed off together, being siblings. I'll get something, she'll get something, and then we're able to pinpoint it down and get some answers. And we were practicing at her salon. She gets her haircut, and girls come over, and she'll get objects from them, and she'll be able to read it. Don't tell me which from. She'll take it and she'll glean whatever information she can, and she's been spot on. It's been crazy.
Well, you guys get to doing readings and stuff like that. We're more than happy to help promote and advertise it and stuff wherever we can and stuff. We're always about the support and helping out one another.
Now, this year, it's going to start at Ocean State. We just got a table at Ocean State Paragon.
Awesome.
We're going to come out and start. I'll do my thing, and then she can do hers, and I'll help her along.
We got a question in the chat room. Mama Cat said, "Joe, if someone lies to you, can you literally taste it in your mouth?" She said she does.
I can't taste it. I just get I guess it's like spidey senses, kind of tingly, and don't taste it.
I get it. You can. With me, I don't have abilities like that. But with Jason and I, we learned to read people's body language because
Yes.
him with the special way he does for professional stuff. You can tell by the way their eye movement is and stuff, whether they're lying or telling the truth. And their body language tells a lot. And I couldn't imagine, and I say it all the time, every time we have somebody who's got abilities on there, I couldn't imagine having those abilities, and I'm glad that I don't.
It could be a blessing, though. It could be you keep your friends and your family safe from.
It could be a curse too in my book. I've got enough voices in my head. I don't need spirit people in there too.
See, my thing right now is Jay and I opened up a few years ago, and Jay has kind of closed his down, and I'm still open.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly experiencing different things. So I'm still on the learning curve of how all this stuff works.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, it's truly amazing. But I'm kind of one of those guys that I think that everybody has some sort of an ability to be able to see these things or experience these things. I just think that a lot of times people don't want to or aren't ready to, and I'm just starting to see how all this works, and it's actually amazing to me.
It is to watch it unfold. Like, for instance, I was on an investigation with the team, and one of the investigators was downstairs, and the family was in the basement. We were doing the last EVP session, and the investigator says, "Okay, if you're here, show Joe something that only the family would know." And then instantly, I got a picture of an old woman taking out her dentures, going, "Ah, ah." So I started chuckling, and they're like, "What's so funny?" I said, "I got a lady in my mind, black curly hair, taking out her dentures, going, ah." And they freaked. They said, "Oh my gosh, that's what my mother used to do to my daughter to scare her and take out her teeth."
Wow.
So, like, wow.
I want to get in trouble here real quick with Mama Cat. We're probably going to lose a listener. She said, I get a weird taste in my mouth when someone lies to me. It's called bullshit.
Right.
Kind
Kind of that chalky, weird,
She's a
pasty
sweetheart.
taste.
She'll have a laugh at it. But I can't help it. The first thing popped in my head is like, it's called bullshit. But that would be weird to see somebody. I mean, I've been around June. I've been around Scotty Rourke. I mean, I could keep naming the psychic names I've been around. And I've got to say that I've never disbelieved anybody, but I'm always impressed by it. I'm the guy that has to understand things by experiencing. Like if you tell me I'm going to get shocked if I stick my finger in the light socket, I'm going to stick my finger in the light socket. It really hurts. So I can't, and I don't do it. So I can't fully understand it and comprehend it. But with my limited experience that I did have, I don't want a full experience about it. I'm good where I'm at. You guys do your thing, and I'll do my thing, and we'll all have some fun. But I don't have to experience everything like that.
The only thing that I don't want to experience is the horror side of it, like the skeleton look, the pieces of your flesh missing.
Yeah,
that stuff I would rather not see. But again, they probably only be in the picture anyway. So
now let me ask you, Joe, because when I first started seeing, my first experience was of a young kid, probably 9-10 years old, but everything was elongated, like if you put the silly putty. So the old silly putty, when you put it on the paper, yeah, I'm definitely showing my age.
I wouldn't know they still make it now.
they bounce it and then make the cartoons.
Yeah, and then you put it on the cartoons, and then you pulled it a little bit so the faces got. So it wasn't like scary, but that was my first experience. That's what I saw. So the face was a little more elongated. The hair was wet. And it kind of, when I said what I saw, then it fit with where we were and what was going on. But is that something that you've seen as well, or are you just, like you said, you just see pictures of things?
No, I haven't seen any full body apparitions per se. I usually see parts hiding in the distance, and I never seen faces except for I don't know what they call it when somebody has a pair of glasses on, and then you can see another person's eyes over that. There's a name for that. I forget what it's called, but I've seen that looking at a person and saying that's not the face. I see another set of eyes in your glasses, ma'am.
Oh yeah, here he goes. All right, we're going to Priest ask the question. I want to get to it before we get lost in the chat room here. Do you have any experience that stands out more than others?
Yes. Being bitten by a ghost freaked me out in the castle.
Being bitten by a ghost.
Yeah. We were in Denmark filming an episode for GHI, and Brandy Green and I were in the dungeon where maybe Queen of Scots' husband was in prison and died. So it's
Yeah.
just her and I and one camera guy, dirt floor, stone walls, and I started to feel burning in my arm. I'm like, oh my! I feel like something bit me, but it's getting hot. So we went upstairs. I pulled up my sweatshirt and my jacket because it was winter, and I had teeth marks, like 4 teeth, a space, and then another tooth. Like something bit me just the top and bottom with a missing tooth.
Hey, it wasn't me.
Yeah, it was like that's awesome. You need to go down and see if I have a like fuck you. Give me a few minutes to.
That one would get me. I mean,
Yeah.
The one time I had something touch me on the head freaked me out. I couldn't imagine being bitten.
Yeah.
That one's it. You know, after you start talking about that, I'm like, I can't remember that because I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not. I didn't watch a whole lot of shows, but GHI was one of the shows that I did watch. Well, actually, I think about Ghost Hunters, all of the Ghost Hunter things I've watched because even to this day, I know they're more like when they did Collingwood Arts Center here lately. I know the history of Collingwood Arts Center, so I know what they put out was true to the history. So I'm like, okay, these are guys that they're not fluffing things and making it. I just shouldn't say fluff.
Elaborating.
Yeah, and I've always had respect for it. And GHL was absolutely phenomenal, and I love the way you guys handle things and stuff. And I remember that, and I was seeing that episode where you got bit. I forgot all about that. You said that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason's back. What'd you do now?
Nothing. I thought I was having technical difficulties, but I wasn't.
Yeah, Snaggletooth Ghost. We had also had Paranormal in the Funhouse said hello. Oh, here it is. Now where'd he go? Yep. Put this up here. He said from Paraflix. I guess he's on the Paraflix network. So they said howdy to you.
Hello.
See, Mr. Joe Chen from Ghost Hunters International. Hopefully, maybe see you on TV network sometime, collaborating to get in contact with you. Heck yeah.
Hey. Yep.
All you gotta do is
And
contact.
that's the thing. That's what Jay was saying earlier. If you guys have any kind of questions or anything off the show for Joe, Joe is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He is not. He's not that old. Talk to my agent. I'm not answering any questions right this very minute.
Well, a little bit.
Right. But I mean, if you have a general question or you want him to be a part of your show or on your show or whatever, just contact him and he'll be more than willing to talk with you. He's not, he's not some of the other ones. We'll just put it that way. Because there are some that unfortunately. I'm trying to be nice, Joe. I'm trying to be nice, brother. I'm trying to be nice. But so let's talk about the show.
Yeah. Hold on now. Let's get Priest's other question here. Have you ever been scared or uncomfortable with your abilities?
Yes. Actually, there was a couple of things. There was an incident where I was taking a shower, and I felt a man's breath breathe into my ear.
Sorry, Joe. That wasn't that wasn't that convention. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about. Never mind. Go ahead.
I'll do the secret.
Okay.
So the guy breathes in my ear, and then the light turns off, and I'm freaking out. Like, what the fuck? I could feel the hot breath of this man. That freaked me out. And then there was an incident where we were having my family members, Roz and Michael over for dinner, and they come over our house, and I stay for the weekend sometimes. And we were having breakfast and having a conversation, and we were talking about a person having an attachment of an evil entity. And while we were all having coffee and drinking, the Pyrex dish on the stove, which stove wasn't on, exploded into a million pieces. Everywhere, glass, tiny pieces. Everybody was shocked. We were like, what was going on? Immediately, I went into protect mode. Get out of my house, you son of a bitch! It's my place. You always put eggs and bacon. And all that
Broke my dishes, mother.
stuff. Clean up. But Roz was like, oh my gosh, she was like jumping in and telling to get out, and you swept and everything. But crazy for a Pyrex dish to explode.
Oh yeah,
It
Yeah.
just eggs and bacon in it and toast.
and you ruined the food too.
I had to make
That's
it
right. Yeah. There's no picking that up with shards of glass in it.
Yeah.
You can't find too much better people than
So I
Roz.
was down from scratch.
You can't find
Right.
more better people than Roz and Mike. They're absolutely. But I'm not really gonna meet him. I know Roz, and if she loves him, then I got to like him. That's all there is. That's
He's a
sweetheart.
good guy. They're a good man.
Yeah, she's one of the most amazing people in the world too. In my book. I think.
Yeah.
I consider
For
it.
sure.
Oh, absolutely. I can see why. And I always say about her, if you're ever down in the least bit and you're anywhere around Rosalind and you get a hug from her, it changes your life.
It
I don't
does.
know what it is about her hug. She pulls energy or gives energy or what, but she gives the most amazing, heartfelt human hugs I've ever experienced in my life. And I'm not a hugger, but when
Yeah.
I was like, "You need a hug," I'm like, "Oh."
I know. And she does great big hugs, but it's probably because of her big bosoms too.
Right. I'm glad you said that, Joe.
I didn't even think that.
All the time. Damn, girl, you're gonna
Um,
kill somebody with those things.
Amazing energy.
I see. I wouldn't even think along that lines. She just you feel her compassion and care. Just the way
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
amazing.
She is
So-
beautiful people, for
Oh
sure.
God, yeah. Oh God, yeah.
For sure.
There's a
There are a
couple
lot
people.
of us. There are a lot of us. We gotta stick together.
Oh yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
absolutely. You got to be good to the good people and smack the other ones in the mouth. I mean, what?
They can't long way up. It's a long way down, and I'm
Oh.
coming for you.
That's why I never get to the top. I won't. I keep fighting my way at the bottom.
I'm happy going slowly up, slowly up, slowly up.
Nah. Is she an empath? Yes. Rosalind is an empath.
Yes,
Or psychic medium,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. She's amazing.
she does reading.
Yeah.
Her and her
Oh.
husband now will do readings together.
And musicians. And
Yeah.
just
Yeah, he's a hell of a guitar player.
He comes over, we'll have coffee, he'll backyard, and he's playing his guitar, singing his music. It's awesome.
yeah, see, I consider her do a whole show just talking about Joe and Rosalind. That right there, if you need somebody to talk to and you want somebody to talk to and show them what good people, right there is two right there. I would recommend them to anybody, anytime, any place for anything you have going on. And if you don't treat them nice, I'll come see you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You will be haunted, I promise.
If you don't treat them too nice, I'll come
Comes
see
a
you.
bit. Comes a bit.
Exactly.
I'll come to you when I'm alive, or I'll come to you when I'm dead. But either way, I'm gonna get you. If you mean Joe or Rosalind.
I'm very protective of my friends and family. I don't let nobody talk bullshit. You know, if I hear
Absolutely.
something, hey, that's your opinion, but don't say it in front of me. Don't let me hear
Right.
it.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But anyway, Jason, he's going before I get sidetracked with all this. Imagine that I got off on a tangent.
No. I just I know that no, I know that a lot of people are interested in how you actually got on the show. What's the steps or what's the process that you had to do or went through in order to be part of Ghost Hunters International?
Wow. It was actually a kind of coincidence. I worked in the CompUSA, which was a computer store where Jason had his shop, and they would come and buy equipment from me, and it came so often that, hey, your customers are here, come get their stuff. And I finally asked, hey, what are you guys doing with all the cameras and the equipment you're buying? He says, I'm filming a TV show in Rhode Island. I said, TV show in Rhode Island? It's kind of dinky. What's it going to be about? And he says, we're going to look for ghosts in people's houses. And I was like, ghosts? Really? Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. So then I started doing some, I guess, research, and then he would invite me to the office, tax office, and see some evidence and watch them film some things. And I'd bring my coffee and donuts, and I would watch. And then when I finally saw some evidence, thermal cam footage, hearing voices, seeing night vision stuff, I was like, wow, that stuff is real. He said, yeah, it is. It is. And then all that stuff from my childhood came back, like that stuff was real back then. So that's what interested me. And then I just became a fan. And on the year that it was going to be aired, he says, hey, I'm having a Halloween party You and your family come over and I'll have it at my house. So we did, and we're having a Halloween party at Jay's house. And he gets a phone call from LA saying, we're looking for a new cast member. Can you recommend anybody for Ghost Hunters and I guess the spin-off show later on? He says, yeah, I just got the new guy, Joe. He's on the team for a year and a half. I think he'd be a good fit. And that's how I got onto Ghost Hunters.
Gotcha.
And then when the spin-off came, we were doing a live show with my sister Chris and the Taps team at the event. And then I got a call saying they wanted to go international. Would I consider it? And I had never traveled out of the United States ever. So I was afraid. I said, no, I don't know. There's dangers out there, wars and stuff. But my family said, Joe, you got an opportunity to travel the world. You're interested in this paranormal stuff. You're on a TV show now, so maybe you should consider it. And I'm glad it did, because it changed my life, opened my world completely, shattered all my beliefs. And it is something that I am interested in, will be from now on.
Oh yeah, I listened
Oh
to you
yeah.
and
So
Paul Bradford talk about some of your experiences outside of investigating. Just some of the places you stayed was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Me and my wife still talk about that.
We always had fun as a team. That was great. I miss it.
so let's do a two-part question here then. What was your favorite location as part of Ghost Hunters? And then we'll roll that into favorite location with GHI.
Okay. Ghost Hunters. I'd want to say the Fort Delaware. That was a pretty active place, and we heard cannons and things move and stuff. So that was pretty great. There were a lot of thing at Jason's Inn. That place was haunted. It is in New Hampshire. Very active place. I like to go in there. And then overseas, there were many. What sticks out would have been I loved American Samoa. I loved going to Belize and hiking in the caves, looking for that Mayan crystal skeleton. Uh, it was more like an adventure show. Um, but the castles, I've been to a lot of castles. Hamlet's castle was pretty scary to me. I had to go down and get cables, and I really didn't want to go. But I had to go, and things are getting thrown, and you're hearing footsteps, and places immense. It's Hamlet's castle's huge.
Wow.
And then let's see, the castle Dragsholm, where I was bitten. That was interesting. The prison in Australia. That was interesting. And then American Samoa. That island of that, like, I guess was a TV clinic. We had to dock and climb and go into the jungle, and it was a hospital, and that was pretty awesome.
Wow, couldn't imagine.
A lot of memories. I really had some great times, great investigations. Got to experience a lot of crazy things, both on the fun side, on the paranormal side, and for myself, growing as a person overseas.
Now, how were you guys received overseas? Was it? I mean, did they know that you were the big American television show coming over and filming, and it was like a big deal, or was it more kept under wraps? Or
It depends on the place we went. Most places knew about it because we would always have a fixer, and then their fixer would have their team of production help and what they called Sherpas to help you carry stuff around. One place was the Ukraine. We went to a castle in the Ukraine, and we were followed by men in black suits. We were at a restaurant having lunch, and these black cars pulled up, and these guys in black suits came out and went to the counter and did their language and pointed at us, and then left. And we were like, "What was that?" That was like Men in Black kind of thing. But we were close to a military base, so they were leery on cameras being there and stuff like that. And then come to find out that the guy who was our client in the Ukraine was a Ukrainian mobster. So we had a press conference, international press conference coming, and all these people coming. It was pretty bad. We got, and then we got one kind of, I guess, unwelcome attention from American Samoa, where the Maori tribe people didn't appreciate us on the Ghost, and we went there. So I guess we weren't perceived too well there, but we didn't hear
Kind of
about.
against their beliefs, or just
Yeah, because their beliefs. There were certain beliefs that they didn't approve that of what we did. I'm not sure exactly what.
because it's kind of.
I know they frowned upon some of the things we did.
But it's kind of odd because most of belief systems back then and outside of Christianity are all about ancestral connection and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's just kind of different because most of them, I mean, even with mine being of Celtic and stuff, it was all about the land and about culture of nature and our ancestors and stuff. It's once you get into the whole Christianity or the Abrahamic faith that you kind of get more away from that belief of the connection with the ancestors. That's why I was kind of surprised by that.
well, it might have been a little bit about that. I think it might have been more of the big Americans coming in, big shot and making fun of Ghost and
Oh,
acting out
okay. I perceived it from a different angle.
respectful, hearing
Yeah.
the investigation go up and doing what we
I can
do.
see that. Think that you're gonna be disrespectful to
Being
their
a little
heritage.
offensive and disrespectful.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. I would never think of that angle because I know you. I know
Yeah.
you would never be that way. So I'm like, why would they?
No, no.
I know you would absolutely never be disrespectful to anybody, living or dead. So I never connected with it being even perceived that way. That's arrogance on my part and idiocy. But you know what the hell?
Yeah. I think it was as whole as an American team coming in and pushing their weight around and filming. Maybe that might have been a little insultive and insensitive.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Now,
I was like the chameleon on the show. I was so dark, and I look Asian. I look Samoan. I look all these different nationalities that I blended in with everybody. And they're like, "You local?" No.
I don't know these fucking guys. I have no idea what the hell
See,
they're
I
doing.
can't do that. My PC ass gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Like, look, it's snowman.
Now, did GHI supply you guys with like a security team, or was there people that like stayed with the team the whole time to make sure that nothing was going to happen? Or
Yeah, yeah. There was quite a few teams, places we went to. We went to, I believe it was, I want to say the Philippines, where we were pulling up into our hotel, and we noticed all the barbed wire around the whole place, and driving in, and they had bomb checkers. They had mirrors, and they would check out the cars. And then even going into the hotel, had a metal detector when we had our backpacks going into the hotel. Whiskey. And then in Trinidad, we were at a Latino plantation, and we had security officers because we were in, I guess, drug country. We had to stop filming once because the security said drug lords coming with machetes, so we need to get out and go away for a little while. So we all got in the cars and drove off while I guess people with machetes were coming down to raid somebody. And
Oh,
then we
wow.
give you all clear, and we come back and finish the investigation.
kind of like Wayne's World, game on, game on.
So like, what? Are you seeing these people with machetes?
How was how was the travel set up for you guys? Because I've heard different stories, so I'd love to hear your side of it. When you were with GHI, was it like you don't know where you're going? You're just kind of waiting by the phone. You don't know what's happening. You don't know where you're going to be, and then they call you and say, "Okay, you've got 72 hours to pack your shit and be at this airport because you're going to an undisclosed location." Or do they let you know what's happening? Do they give you an itinerary? Or
They did. For booking to fly from the United States, we would get the email probably like a week to 4 days in advance, and then you get your paperwork. And then they always had we always had a caravan of 17 vehicles, 6 cast members, 11 production people. We did get itineraries on the when we arrive at the hotel. They would say we're going to this hotel, and then this is the background of the case that we may have. I would never want to read it. Like, just give me my timesheet, and that's all I want. So I would get the call sheet and all the time. So you knew at 4 o'clock you had to go in the lobby, we got to go in the van, It's going to be a 6-hour drive, blah, 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 blah. So they're pretty prepared, pretty organized. Most of the places we stayed were amazing, beautiful. Some of the places were not so beautiful. You have to squat in holes and watch out for electrical wire in the shower.
Wow.
Sleep on hay beds. Uh, Crazy stuff.
Yeah,
But
there's
see,
no
to
way.
me, that would be all part of taking in
The
another
adventure.
culture, and
It
you
was.
know, yeah,
That'd be all part of my wife saying, my contract's up. I'm going home.
right.
Tracy wouldn't take that for shit.
But then when they poured on the sugar and it was extravagant, it was really extravagant. I remember going to the Shangri-La in Singapore, beautiful hotel,
Oh, I bet.
hot showers and big tubs, and I'm like, wow, your money goes far there too.
1 minute you're living like a king, next minute you're shitting in a hole. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Right.
do with that.
Straw bed over here, feather mattress over there. What the hell?
Right.
From a gas station to an all-you-can-eat buffet and an inclusive resort and hotel.
Wow.
I
See, we
stop
got
at a gas station, grab your food. This is the launch food for 6 hours.
jeez.
Oh
And
shit.
that's like gas station food.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Grab the Totitos or whatever the hell they are on those
Yeah,
little
all the crap.
rotating things. Yeah.
I remember at Rose of the Paranormal. You wouldn't do it with me either. There was when we was at that, because we was at a nice restaurant where they had the event at.
Steakhouse.
Yeah. But remember across the street they had that truck stop that had the Indian food, and I wanted to get some people to go there and try it. None of you would go do it with me. Nobody would go eat gas station Indian food with me. None of you. You, Benny Reed, John. None of them would do it.
Learn.
Thank God we weren't there together, brother, because we'd have
Yeah.
done that dumb shit.
Jason been there. He would have ate with me.
We'd
We'd have
have
died
done it.
together.
That's right.
Asian sushi. That's great.
Oh yeah. Doesn't even have a sell by date. It's just if you're in the gas station eating sushi, you're good, man. Just eat it.
This is what you get.
Right?
Martina Montre said, "Hi Joe. Over the years, has your investigating way changed at all?"
I don't use a lot of equipment. I'm relying more on my senses. I do have some equipment, basics, but nothing elaborate. I would like to get more, but for the most part, I just use the AVP recorder and cameras. That's it. No, I like listening for EVPs and looking for video.
Basic.
But see, I would think, and again, I'm still learning, but I would think that having the abilities that you have and being able to use those, I think that to me that would be more beneficial during an investigation than equipment.
Yeah,
Am I wrong in saying that?
your body is the best piece of equipment you could ever have.
That's
You-
not my wife told me.
If you,
Investigating, Jay, investigating.
Okay,
That's
my bad.
completely different.
that's fucking cave.
Right? Investigating, Jay. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so I do allow some equipment, but I rather just soak it all in and take it in. Even before I was a medium, or
Before you came out about it being a meme and expressed it more.
yeah, because it was taboo.
Right.
It was like, you don't talk about it. We don't use that on our team. How dare you?
Well, see, that's where Jason and I, with our team, we marry the two together, because there's people like myself that don't have abilities, and I use, if I can go in and sweep the room with my millimeter and get a 0 all the way through, and then all of a sudden you walk in and say, "Well, I'm feeling something over here," and then I go over there and my millimeter starts getting a spike up in it, then I know that, okay, there was nothing here before. Now he's sensing something. Now I can actually read what's going on. We use it to get confirmation from one another.
I agree.
Yeah. For that way, the people who don't have abilities can actually verify and work with the people that do have abilities and use it whole roundedness of it all. I think that's the better progress.
It
As
is.
far as paranormal investigating for any team, to me, is to be. I think it was Jason said at one time. It's like, wait a minute, what are you investigating? Spirits. So you're investigating ghosts. Yeah, ghosts and spirits. Yeah. So you're not using sensitives who sense abilities to find something that has. Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense. You're cutting out spirituality away from spiritual things.
Yeah.
So having them both together is a plus in my book.
It was frowned upon on our team, and I didn't understand it.
Hell.
But stuff would happen, and I would just blur things out. Oh, yeah. So much so that I'm tired. I'm done. Out. I'm leaving. You guys can have a nice life.
Yeah. Yeah, we were like that.
It's-
Mama Cat even said she's like using equipment along with her abilities to validate the feeling that, and it helps the people that don't have abilities understand what you're feeling because they can get some kind of scientific measurement to it or some kind of visual
Right.
effect that they can understand.
Right. And see, the team that we assembled for Paranormal Mysteries was a team that encompassed everything. So we had psychic mediums, we had Native American culture, we had Jay and I that are, we'll bend outside the box. So when you have that group of people together and you're able to feed off of one another and have other people validate different things that's happening during investigation, that's what it is for me.
And we
When
have
you can get everybody together and do that as a team,
Yeah.
with
that
no
to me
ego.
is amazing.
With no ego, we have no lead. Whoever's getting the information, that's who takes the lead in that situation. Period. Whether it's tech or whether it's spiritual, doesn't matter. Who's
Yeah.
ever perceiving it, the others go fall into an assist mode and help that person to get the answers.
Yeah. I totally agree.
And I would love to investigate with you. I have been in investigations with you, but they've been, and I'm going to say this is going to sound bad, but they've been public investigations, and
Yes.
you don't get the opportunity to really function the way you want to and the way you need to, and you don't really get the time to work with yourself and get to know other people's personalities in that kind of situation. They're rushed through.
That's what I tell people. Whenever we do events, I always hear nothing's going on. I said, look, before we start, this is an investigation. Now, because it's an event, it's a large amount of people, this is a taste of what investigation is like. So
True.
please do not take it too seriously. Please do not take it too unserious for the people who are here. Just let them experience it and just, I don't know,
You
investigate.
still want to do your absolute best, but you got to also realize there's too many moving parts that you can't control in that situation.
Yeah. And it's going to be because it's an event. People pay, so they say, I'll do what I want. I pay my money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And let me ask you, because I know you've been a part of numerous events where they've brought you in to do investigations with a ton of different people. Do you think that having some of the abilities that you have, do you get have you ever been overloaded by a group where you're trying to investigate, but you're getting other things from other people, or it's more of you're just like, holy shit, man, you kind of like turn around and to the spirits like, you guys got to give me a fucking break for a minute because I can't process all this, everything that's happening all at once.
Yeah. When you're in an event and there are the hotspots, and then there are the people who are investigating, people who aren't taking it so seriously, and then you yourself are trying to get a handle on the people that are with you as well as investigating. And it's hard to discern some of the noises. That's why we try to keep it quiet. But you can't help it, and you just got to learn to filter it out and take it for what it is. It's an event. You get what you get, if you get anything.
I can see that. Mama Cat said, I really think that the spirits are drawn more to the people with abilities because it's a different energy that we put out. Almost like a beacon that you guys, it's like they can sense like, oh, wait a minute, this one can see and hear me. And they want this talk. So they go to you guys.
Right. And let me, correct me if I'm wrong, please.
We will.
I think, please do. Please do. But I think a lot of times when people are investigating and there's a door slam or somebody has a mark on them, they automatically think, well, it's a door slam, so it's a demon, or I got scratched, it's a demon, or it's. But what if that's their way, because you're opening yourself up and they're getting your attention? It's to me, it's nothing more than, hey, I'm here, I'm here. I'm trying to get your attention. You hear me, you see me, let's talk.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times that gets lost in translation as far as everybody jumps to demonic or evil or demon or whatever because a door slammed or there's a mark or there's please talk to me, Goose. I'm trying to figure this out because I think
I've talked much about this. I'm not saying a word.
Oh,
Joe, my brother.
um, oh, geez. How do I handle that? Let's see.
Nicer than I will.
I tell people that just because you hear a dork's name, like you said, oh, I've been scratched, it's a demon wants to kill me, my whole family. No, it's the ghost trying to touch you. They don't know how much pressure to put on it. Maybe they're just trying to touch you and it happens to scratch you. Um, it's not always a demon, and I guess people want that.
Only
Scary.
if there's 3 scratches.
The thing of the Trinity, right? But um,
Ow.
and I do believe in the demon things, and I think it's energy. For me, I think spirit detect us in multiple ways. I think they feel the vibration and the energies that spirit mediums give off because we have, I guess, higher energy. And I believe that they see a light. They do see a light, and I think the more enlightened you become and our good soul being, I think your light will shine more. I have a story for you relating to that. I was in a event in recently in I think it was Kentucky for the DevCon thing, and I went to a Mason's place to do an investigation. I was with Rob Thompson from Ghost Finders and his team, myself, and when we went to the Mason portion of it, I have a friend who can see aura. She says, "Joe, you're always awesome. It's gold and it's like a bubble, shimmering bubble." And during the investigation, I was drawn to the back of the masonry where there was a door that I didn't know was a door. It was a wall. So I asked the man who was doing the let us in the building. I said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "What's over there?" I keep seeing a door, and I keep seeing people come out and running towards it that way. So he said, "Yeah, that used to be a door, but it's no longer there. It's boarded up. You wouldn't know there was a door there." And people did run that way because at one point there was a fire and or the entrance to exit to get out. So that's why I was seeing the motion. During that time, I started to get the spidey senses and the overwhelming feeling. And the person who sees my aura says, "I can see your glowing aura, but I see 3 shadow people with what looks like tendrils trying to penetrate your aura." And then at that point, she said, "You ran out and you got sick," because I got overwhelmed and I had to go outside and I compose myself, fall and choking and stuff like that. And the person I was with, Angel Val, says, "I have a gift coming for you." I'm part of the Barefoot Nation tribe, and I asked my chief to make my friend a charm, and he says, "Yes, I know. I see him. He's got a lot of light inside of him, and that's what I would use to make his charm." And this is it. This is he works with glass and beads and things like that. He had to charge it in the full moon, 2 full moon cycles and so many sun cycles, and so he gave this to me. So I believe that when spirits see that your aura, that's what attracts them, your energy, your aura, and I guess your I want to say psychic abilities because you are communicating psychically.
That's why I'm out. I
That's yeah.
communicate
That's
psychotically. That's
see, and that's amazing for you to
yeah.
have
I'm trying
for
to
you to
process.
have that, and for somebody else to see that.
She said,
So
"I saw
you're
your
you're
aura."
feeling it, and she's seeing it. Is exactly what we were just talking about. 2 people coming together to be able to um,
Tell a full story.
yeah, I mean that's to me that's fucking amazing.
It,
Like
it, it was amazing because she said you were over there and you were starting to get like overwhelmed or something. I could see you whirling, and then I see that what looks like a shield. She said like a golden aura, and I can see these little tendrils trying to penetrate to get at you from all around. And then,
wow,
Yeah,
and
true
then
mama cat.
yeah, that's I mean that's amazing. if we're gonna delve into this for just a minute, have you ever been or have ever experienced anything where you would think that you could label it demonic, or are you just is it more of just maybe a dark, pissed off energy, or I mean, what's your feeling on like a demonic
Um, I
haunt?
I've had one kind of bad experience. I was living with my sister in her apartment. I was staying there for a little while, and I was in one of the bedrooms, and I had woken up, and I thought I saw the typical shadow man with the hat man on the
Gotcha.
wall, and I'm on my stomach, and I could see him, and he's getting closer. Come closer. Come closer. Then I can see him with his hands on my lower back doing something. And I could feel myself screaming. And I finally was able to break free. But ever since then, I've had some back issues. So I had some friends in the know saying, could that spirit have done something to me? Do I have an attachment? Do I have a tendril stuck there? What's going on with my body? And she says, well, I don't detect any attachment with you, but it could have been him trying to get at whatever it is that was in your back. I don't know if it's you're gonna have an issue with your back, because I am. I'm going through physical therapy. I've got pain in my hand, and I'm using a cane to walk. And this is all coming to
What
it. I'm getting better.
what would you attribute that to, or what would you? I mean, was there anything leading up to you seeing that where you would have been somewhere or
Well,
had an experience that might have pulled that towards you?
that experience I had at the house, that was many years ago. I want to say 4 years ago, maybe, or in the other place 5 years ago, and it happened then. And then now becoming spiritual and coming to my abilities, I wondered if I had some kind of attachment and or something done to my back. So I'm still
Gotcha.
Now,
a little
I,
bit. People say no. I don't see anything. I don't sense anything around you, and you're protected, so you should be good. And I've been good. I haven't heard anything. No more voices that come into my ear. No more shattering plates.
now, Mama Cat says something about a chakra cleansing. If I remember correctly, and it's been a while since we talked about it, you and my wife were talking one time about, and she does energy healing. You talking about your sister, one of your sisters getting into the Reiki or energy healing also. Is have you ever thought about doing along that lines or doing the Reiki for that pain? It's about or is what my wife does fire
It,
Fire
pulling.
pulling,
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
fire pulling.
well, Teresa actually helped me. We were at an event,
yeah.
and at that point, I had my cane, and she made me lay down, and she said, "Let me try something." You lay down, you look that way. And
That Joe, that's how she gets everybody. She's done that to me too. She's like, just lay down, let me try something. Next thing you know, you're like, oh my god, I feel so good.
oh my God, I got
Yeah,
17 children.
yeah, yeah. And then she leaves, and it's like, damn it, where'd she go?
But she was taking that energy from my hip, and at the end of that session, I felt better.
Yeah, but at that time, if I remember right, you and her were talking that one of your sisters was getting into the energy healing or the Reiki or something
Yes,
along that lines.
she
And
ha- she hasn't done it.
does she doesn't do it now or
She hasn't done that at all. She just is concentrating on her sketching ability, her psychometry, and her, I want to say, remote viewing. She helps people find things.
and those I
That shit's
I tell
amazing
you
to
what,
me, man. But
if
the
you don't
whole
care,
thing is amazing to me. That
if you
that
don't
that
care, I'm
whole
gonna have
thing.
Teresa contact you
Yeah, like I'm
after
like,
the
oh
show.
my gosh, she's got these huge abilities. She was at her doctor's office, and a doctor and her friends, and he's frankly looked for something. So, what are you looking for, doc? He said, I misplaced that thing I was supposed to have over here. And she says, well, let me help you try to find it. So she's tuning in. She says, I see it in a box. It's in a box in a corner underneath some paper. Where? In that office. He says, no, the secretary checked and I checked and it's nowhere to be found. She says, I'm telling you, doctor, take the box down, take the things out and go look. He goes in there, does what she says, and he pulls out the piece. He says, "How did you do that?" She says, "I saw it."
If you don't care, I want to have Teresa contact you after the show. I mean, it won't be tonight, but she get. I'll see if she can get a hold of you in the next couple of days.
Well, that's what I'm helping her. I'm helping her come out, and I want her to connect to all of my friends.
Well, I'll have Teresa contact you.
Grow
And
with.
if you don't care,
I have to ask her, but she can talk to me about it. Sure.
no, I can have Teresa contact you. And what happens from there is between you, Teresa, and your sister, because I don't have any abilities besides being a smart ass, and that's not going to help the situation at all.
Yeah.
So
Always
I'm,
good advice and help.
but I love to facilitate helping people if I can help. If I can't do something, but I know somebody that can or maybe help, I like making that connection. And then what you do from there is your business, not mine.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I make the introductions and then I bow the hell out.
There you go. Your delivery.
Yeah, I'm just here to deliver a message and get the hell out of the situation.
Amen.
Jay's the delivery service.
Yeah, that's all I am. I'm not good for shit. So I'd run my mouth and here's they said get you this. Here you go. I'll see you later. So, but yeah,
that's where I am at now. Trying to focus on my medical side, metaphysical side.
Because like I said, I remember her helping you and everything like that, and we've not had contact with you in quite a while.
Yeah,
but I know she also does some of her stuff, tries to do it remote energy work and things like that. So, if there's any way that she can help you, I know she would want to, because we actually think the world of you, respected the help to death, and if there's a way that we can try to help in any way, we'll offer. And whether your sister takes it up or not, that there would be no hard feelings at all. That's total respect. I mean, she don't know us from Ham, so she may say, "Oh, they're crazy hillbillies. I won't talk to them."
She's shy. She's very apprehensive. She likes to keep to herself. I help her as a conduit to help her open up a little bit. So I want to take her with me and go to these things and introduce her to the people that I think that will be beneficial for her.
Well, I know she
and from what I understand, it's a lot of people that have the abilities are kind of shy about showing that, because there are people out there that will ask for help, and then when you try to help, they're like, "Oh no, you didn't help me, so you're a fucking fake, and you're whatever." And I've heard about that. I've seen it as well, but
you're gonna run into that.
And that's and it's a shame, because it's not 100%, just like psychics and mediums and everything else. Exactly, there's nothing 100%. Yeah. You go to somebody, you're asking for help. Yeah. They're giving you what they see or what they feel or whatever. Yeah, and I can see that would be something that your sister might be apprehensive about, because people are going to be like, "Oh, I was thinking red, you were said green, so you're a fucking fake," and it's that kind of thing. And it's unfortunate that people that have the abilities, like you and your sister and Teresa and everybody, that they run into that shit where people try to trick them into, "Oh, you're just doing this, and I got you." And I mean, you're just
they can see it tomorrow.
You're just an idiot.
We would know better, because before we take that person on for a reading, we can tell if you're serious or not, if you're being or trying to scam me. I can tell the difference.
Well, they must see a fake readings. They can see that tomorrow night when me and Jason do
that's right.
I take good energy, and if I get the slightest, go away.
Well, we're doing readings now. Me and Jason we got our Psychotic Friends hotline show debuts tomorrow night. Where I got my old maid cards and everything. Where I can give you the worst reading you've ever had.
That's right. The readings that we're going to give you are things you probably don't want to hear, but we're going to give it to you anyways. It's a joke, but we have fun with it. So
but we do have some people that do read true readings. Like Mama D said she would join us some nights and do some actual readings, and Teresa said she would. So we're friend Tina Duchesne. So there are going to be some nice actual psychic mediums on that. We'll do some help, do some connections. But if you get one from here, Jason, you're just wanting to get played on. So because we have no idea what we're doing and we don't give a damn.
You can have a little bit of fun as long as nobody gets hurt.
And that's what we do, and that's
how we are.
Yeah, of course.
We just try to put a smile on your face. I mean, when it comes to being serious, we'll absolutely be serious. And
when it's time to work. When it's time to play.
Yeah, we try to have a good time.
I've seen you two in action, so yes.
So, Joe, do you have anything going on from now to the end of the year? Are you going to be at any conventions? Can anybody,
Um,
find you or come see you?
well, I'm always open to do conventions, but because of my physical therapy schedule and doctors and stuff like that, it might be not until next year. I am doing Ocean State Paracon in with Ken DaCosta, and it's going to be in Plainville, Massachusetts, at a casino. So we'll be doing that with Andrew Parent and all them at Ocean State. And then my sister and I are going to try to do readings at her salon because she's starting to get her cards ready, and she's going to book readings at the salon where she works. And I'm
Awesome.
there to help her and learn.
Awesome. That's awesome. Like I said,
And where can they contact you if somebody is trying to put together a convention for 2023? How can they get a hold of you to try to book you there?
Through Messenger, through Facebook. Um, if I will give my phone number if they need to.
And now, if they want to book a reading through, because I know you guys can do tarot readings and all that thing remotely. If somebody wanted to, do they have to physically come to her shop to get a reading, or can they schedule one and do it through Messenger or something like that?
Well, she's not doing any remote readings or on the phones right now. She's concentrating on person to person and mini groups of 5, I guess.
I'm just making sure, because I mean, if there's a way that, because I know there's a lot of people I know that want readings, and to have the two of you working together would be very advantageous for some of them and for each other also.
Yep.
So when you get that step that you guys are ready to start putting it out to where people can schedule in or call in or something like that, remote readings, let us know. We'll definitely put it out there as much as we can and promote it on the shows and everything else. Because like I say all the time, we're not here for ourselves. We're here to help everybody else.
Yeah,
we do. We're here to promote everybody else as much as we can.
I told them to try. I said, well, you do remote, you find things for people, so maybe you could do a FaceTime.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you could.
Or over the computer. I've had people do it for me. I talked to my friend Angel when I had that problem, and she said, no, I kind of remote viewed, and I popped in. We have an upstairs landing. I'm like, yeah, that's upstairs in my attic to my thing is the platform. She says, I popped in there, and you do have an old woman. There's an old woman that's in your place, black skirt, white apron. So I'm thinking older, like way before. That's in your house, and she's pointing to the basement. I'm like, oh, what's in my basement?
Right.
I think she said something about we have to check for mold. She's saying that this health issue. She's pointing to the basement, so get that checked. So that's our next thing. Having some mold.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, get it all checked, dude. We would definitely want to have you around for a long time and having some fun. Once you film there, so you got traveling with us and do some things together.
Working on.
Yeah,
I not use a cane. I want to go stop booking flights and going places, and maybe once in a while I'll take a little sis with me.
Hell yeah!
Well,
I'd love to see you again.
My idea in 2023 is to have you back out here in Toledo and get some of the crew back together to do some sort of a convention here again at the Collingwood. So
yeah,
I'm going to tag along and piss the piss out of it. I mean, what?
But yeah, brother, I can't thank you enough, brother, for joining us tonight and
absolutely,
taking an hour out of your time to.
No, if you need me to stay longer, I can. If it's ended, it's ended.
If anybody else has any questions, drop them in the chat. If not, we're gonna let Joe get back to his. And
you know what? We can always have you on again
with the glowing stuff.
Right. Just don't show the other side where you keep the children.
Stay inside the closet.
Little ambiance over that, flames jumping and stuff. I'm like, yeah.
Hell yeah. And like Jay said, we'll always, the invite's always out there if you want to come back. We'd love to have you on. Everybody loves talking to you, so and we love you as well. So
thank you guys. It's been awesome.
Absolutely, no but respect.
Yeah. We can't thank you enough, and hopefully, like I said, next year we'll get you out here to Toledo again to another event and get everybody together. So
yes, he is, Mama Cat. He's one of the best people you could ever meet.
Can I ask one question? This is on Twitch. What is that?
On Twitch. Yeah,
It's
it's
on
on.
Twitch. It's also on tonight. We're also on YouTube, but I think 99% of the people watching and listening right now are over on Twitch.
Oh,
It's an app. So it started as a gamers app,
yeah.
and now it's built into podcasts and all that
Remember
other stuff.
how-
So it's
Remember how
a lot more friendly than the Facebook.
It is, because I can see the messages scrolling on the bottom, and I can see the comments. I think it looks great.
That's actually the broadcasting system that we're using with StreamYard, where I can bring up the things on the chat and stuff. I don't know how to use some of the other broadcasting streams. We use StreamYard.
It's great.
It gives me the ability to bring the questions right up on the screen whenever somebody
Yeah.
types something. So yeah, and the good thing about Twitch though is remember how YouTube started out years ago, how it was so user friendly and open to people. You can become an affiliate a lot easier over there to start monetizing things. It started, like Jay said, started out for gamers, but now they have what's called IRL, in real life. So they have podcasts, they have people broadcasting investigations. Very few paranormal people are over on there. It's a whole new world for paranormal.
Wow.
So and it's starting to really extremely grow. So
Yeah,
people doing readings over there and things. I mean, we're taking all of our shows over there because we keep getting censored so bad by Facebook and YouTube. So they're more open to being more open to you, like YouTube used to be.
Yeah.
They will flag our show every time over there on music that I own.
Yeah.
And say that we don't have permission. It's my shit. It's our shit. We have it, but we don't have permission, and they'll flag it every fucking time.
They'll flag
it's
us
a pain in the ass.
Countdown before the show. It's a 30-second countdown. They'll flag us for the music on that, which is owned by StreamYard, who we buy the service off of. So we have permission to copyright to use it. So we have to turn around and have StreamYard send them a message to some it's okay to not ban that 30 seconds at the start of the show because of the countdown.
It's just bullshit. So
we're done.
Twitch is where it's at, and there's a lot of people that join in. So if you're looking for a new platform to do some live investigations or live shows, Twitch is where it's at.
I didn't hear about Twitch until I got my Xbox.
Right.
And it's great for that too. I mean, it really is.
There's gamers, there's everything there.
I don't know if you remember TSC Joe right here. He's one of our co-hosts on Tuesday night.
Joe Kudo.
Joe Kudo. He hasn't talked to you in forever, but he games a lot of stuff. Well, he jumps in a lot. He plays those games. You got to keep jumping in when you get killed. And
then you jump out of the plane again, and then you jump out of the plane again.
Shot on the way down, has to jump out again. Get shot on the way down. You watch him jump in like 60 times a night. You know,
we always tease him. I'm like, who the hell's the guy flying the plane that keeps getting shot down every goddamn time? Need to get a new pilot, man. He can fly past all that shit.
Yeah, like Mama Cat said, we are friendlier and more supportive here on Twitch, and they truly are.
And they are.
Plus network, so
they are.
Yeah,
cool. I had a great time. Thank you.
We're enjoying the hell out of it, and our channel's growing. That's what scares me. You guys actually like what Jason and them are doing. I don't know why you put up with my ass, but thank you. Thank you.
That's part of it, Joe.
I tag along with it, man. I just run their coattails.
Don't let him fool you. But Joe, brother, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Love you as always, and you guys make sure that you're following Joe Chin on Facebook. If you guys want him at your convention, if you guys want him on your shows, hit him up. If he can do it, you know he'll be there. He's easy to work with.
I love it. I love
super fantastic to work with. So, brother, it's been fun. Hopefully, we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, I see your faces in person.
Absolutely cannot wait.
Exactly.
I can't wait to see your face. I want to come up your way one of these times. I'd love to get at New England coast area. My hillbilly ass could make it up here. I swear it can.
Right.
With that said, we're going to close the show out with the commercial break, or actually with the exit stuff. So you guys all have a great night. Thank you for joining us. Get a hold of Joe. Joe, I'm going to have Teresa get a hold of you. What you guys do from here is your business. I won't say a word about it ever again. Yeah, I will. We had a blast. You guys have a good night.
Thank you.